Alright, welcome back folks. So about 2 months ago, SirFoch, also known as the Foch U, who is a prominent World of Tanks EU community contributor or content creator, has decided to quit World of Tanks for a bunch of reasons and made a video about it. So for this video, we're going to do some reactionary, biased, opinionated commentaries about what happened and the straw that finally broke his back, as well as my opinions on where wargaming is taking World of Tanks and the metagame and shit like that. But I usually don't watch World of Tanks YouTubers, mostly because it's like Bob Ross watching Picasso. Different artists have different styles. I do my own shit, they do their shit, so I already know what the hell is going on, so I usually don't watch. But let's take a look. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a North American server, Unicum, playing artillery, so I'm a scumbag of the utmost proportion. But I've been playing for about 7.5 years, and I usually play tier 8s and play Germans, so I'm a fucking masochist. And top 5 vehicles I've played in terms of battles are practically artillery pieces. 3 of those are actually artillery. 2 of those are dirt guns. So I'm the scum of utmost proportion, and my opinions don't mean a goddamn thing. So let's take a look. But I feel bad for him because he used the same JPEG as thumbnail with the text being different after like a 6 months hiatus. So yeah, it feels bad, man. I feel ya. I feel ya. I get that burnout sometimes. But let's take a look.
Hello ladies and mental gen, and welcome to probably my last World of Tanks YouTube video on this channel. It's been a long time coming, and finally here we are. I am quitting this game, and this Sunday, 6th of December, 12 PM GMT, I am doing my last Twitch stream for World of Tanks, where we're gonna look back at all the YouTube content, all the good old videos, all the good old times, play with some friends, and at the end of it we're gonna uninstall this disastrous pile of trash that World of Tanks has become. So it'd be absolutely awesome if you could join me on this stream at twitch.tv/SirFoch. And
now before we start, props to him. He doesn't use gold shell, so he's a true Unicum, if he is one. I think he is, but he's a true player. He doesn't use gold shell, so props. I respect that. I highly respect that.
And to get a nice closure of this chapter, I guess, of my life, maybe your life as well. I assume most of you would very well understand why I would quit this abomination that we call World of Tanks, but those of you who are still on the fence and wondering, it's basically the wargaming systematic destruction of any skill-based game mechanics in tier 10. Any high-tier gameplay basically got completely destroyed from and turn into play hull down heavy tank, park hull down, shoot gold at other hull down heavy tank while
yeah, pretty much. Hull down mediums, hull down heavies, hull down fucking tank destroyers shooting all gold shells. Where the fuck is the gold shell rebalance? Son of a bitch.
There are a bunch of degenerates running around in EBRs and spotting everything in the first 3 seconds of the game, and on top of that you also get shit on by Artie every game. So the gaming experience in this video game has gone so far downhill that I just cannot justify wasting my time on this, even if it can make me a relatively solid living. That is basically the reason why. On top of that, we can of course mention such fun game designs as, you know, pay-to-win aspects of this game with the incredible amount of vastly overpowered tier 8 premium tanks in comparison to their Tech 3 counterparts, the absolute shit map designs, the absolute unbalanced map designs like mines, for instance.
Yeah, they need 2 ramps for mines. One in the front, one in the back. That would probably balance a little bit better. But yeah, you have a choke point right here where you have no choke points right here. So yeah, this map sucks. Also, pay to win aspect, yeah, tier 8s are premiums are a lot better than normal tier 8s. And tier 10 special tanks like Chieftain are a lot better than not Chieftain. But then again, Super Conqueror is decent though.
But I would say
fuck
from
EBRs.
all these things, the main catalyst must be the EBR.
Yeah, fuck
the tank
EBRs.
is just so moronically broken. You think the old T50-2 and the OGs of you will know that I was really not a fan of that, and then you feed it some methamphetamine and then you have an EBR.
Yeah.
And the damage that it does to World of Tanks is very obvious and very massive.
Basically, EBR kills light tanks. Light tanks cannot do light tank stuff because fucking EBR is already there. So they already took away key positioning for light tanks to get to their spots by having the EBRs getting there first. Second of all, it makes everybody turtle up. So everybody camps and try to shoot at the EBR. And take their slow ass time. So you already lost most of part of the map control. You already lost like the hill on mines or whatever, but if we just have coaxial machine guns, like 7.62s or even the 50 cals, the 12.7s, shooting at EBRs, that would be great. Just fuck you, I have a machine gun. But this is not War Thunder. You gotta shoot coax or machine guns or shit.
And last but not least, it's just the realization that this game is not gonna get any better. It's only gonna get worse. The direction Wargaming is taking this game is not the direction I want to see this game go. I think most players don't want to see it go that way, but Wargaming is very set in their ways, and it's incredibly unlikely to see that change anytime soon. Just to prove the point, we only have to look back at the last major patch with the new equipment. So not only they directly buffed the most overpowered premium tier 8 tank in the game, the Progetto, by removing the rammer, buffing the stats, so basically giving it a free equipment slot. They also indirectly buffed artillery by giving them a boosted firepower slot, while most other classes got boosted slots for useless equipment that you don't really want to run. They also refused to nerf the premium EBR tier 8 one, which is arguably the second best tier 8 premium after the Progetto, and absolutely game-breaking at tier 8, and you see so many of them.
Yeah, the autoloader is not that fun to deal with, but it's also smaller than the Lynx too, the 6x6 Lynx. Yeah, that fucking thing is OP. It was featured in black market for like a bunch of gold, but obviously the fucking thing's broken. And it doesn't get on sale, so that's probably the cap though, so it doesn't get to be sold again.
Especially on the EU server. The nerf to the rest of the EBRs was mostly absolutely pathetic and irrelevant. Sometimes you see it work, most of the times you don't. It doesn't change the fact that World of Tanks has turned into, at least World of Tanks Tier 10 has turned into, you get spotted in the first 15 seconds of the game almost every game due to the EBRs. All the other light tanks have become completely useless.
Yeah, that's
as
a big
EBRs
thing.
just shit on everything. Ammo rework, where, you know, gold ammo was supposed to get less alpha, was thrown into the toilet. But instead of that, we got armor buffs on a lot of tanks. So yay, more gold spam, make it more overpowered, yay. Well done, Wargaming. And in the last stream, I basically played tier 10 and made a counter on how many games were just utterly pointless to be a part of, where I could not have spawned and the result wouldn't change in the slightest, because most games these days are massive steamroll where there's no way to impact the game in any meaningful way, just like in the game that you're seeing right now.
Steamroll happens a lot, mostly because you have the holiday season. Another thing is because there's a bunch of new players, and you have to think about it this way. I'd rather prefer the the easiness to get to a tier 10 than having no players, or the grindiness of something like War Thunder. It takes way too long to grind to a Abrams or whatever, and the branches of the tech tree doesn't crisscross, so you cannot just grind one tank to crisscross into two branches. So there's a downside, there's an upside. It's a double-edged sword, I get it. I do hate steamrolls. I myself got fucking shit on all the time as well, but I stick to playing artillery. So that's that's what I do. Shit.
And the counter basically ended up better than I expected. It was 24 out of 33 games, and that is the kind of ratio that I just can't stand anymore. So I think it's the right move for me to make. So remember how we used to be able to use XVM to tell the victory chance before the game even starts? Well, now we don't need that anymore. We just look at the map we play. Like in this game, mines from the spawn that we started on is probably like 70% chance in tier 10 that you're gonna lose. You look at the tanks in the games, like if one team gets a proper heavy tank, the other team gets a 50B, you're almost certainly gonna lose. If one team gets an EBR, the other team doesn't, you're gonna certainly lose. So the game has become just the game kind of plays itself, and the role of a single player is basically diminished to close to zero, especially if you don't play the most overpowered tanks with full gold ammo. So what's next for me? What's next for the YouTube channel?
Alright, so basically, yeah. It's a team-based game, quote-unquote. So obviously, I'm not trying to shit on him, but you do get steamrolled if the team sucks donkey dick. Donkey balls. I hate when that happens, but when I get on a being steamrolled streak, I tend to stick to artillery, because when we're about to lose, I kill myself or drown myself. Just say fuck it. But yeah, it does happen. Steamroll is the thing. I do find steamrolls a little bit less when I'm playing the 7 versus 7, but that's basically a more cohesive team, I guess, of 7 players rather than 15. That's the community contributor thingy-majig that we currently have. But the 7 versus 7 is a little bit more forgiving, if you will, but I don't know. It's debatable. So about the equipment, I still hate the compensation part. I still have to sell and buy a lot more. And we don't have that many 50% off equipment sales on the North America server, so pissing our ass. But yeah, I do try to save up a bunch of equipments for later usage. But overall, I still think the equipment thing is somewhat decent, other than the fact that most medium tanks have the preset layout of having the mobility first. Some mediums don't need the mobility, like the WZs. What the hell? Why am I in tier 10s? For example, the WZ-120. That thing needs all the firepower boost it can get because the gun sucks ass. The gun's punchy, yeah, but it has a super long aim time and accuracy sucks. So that's why I have to put vents instead of a mobility charger or the turbocharger. But that's the same that goes towards like the T-34-3 or the T-34-2. Everything has to have vents, which means you're not fast enough. So I do like the mobility aspect, but I still think we should be able to choose which type of perk we should get. Or not all the light tanks get spotting advantage, or all the heavy tanks get survivability advantage, because heavy tanks are not all heavy, super heavies. Like the T-57 heavy, that's not a super heavy. That's a gun carrier with an autoloader. That doesn't count. That's a tank destroyer in a sense. So this thing is not a heavy tank. This thing is like a medium or fat medium. So yeah, about that aspect, I agree. But you do get steamrolled. I think he got pretty much tired of the steamrolling and the matchmaking, as well as the EBR. The EBR is a fucking nightmare. These things are fucking atrocious. I mean, if you play them well, yeah, they're fucking OP, but most of the time, you just don't need to use a brain compared to playing something like the AMX 1390. These things require skill, right? You need to know where the bushes are, you need to know where to go. These things just run around like a fucking headless chicken. So give us coaxial machine guns and shoot these things off. That would be great, but as for the maps, hopefully we get more maps. There were recently teased like super testing maps, like 4 of them, so hopefully we get more maps. But fuck, balance some of the mines map and other shit. It's like most of the maps are either Ruinberg or fucking Himmelsdorf or open fucking fields like Prokhorovka and shit. But holy crap.
What's next for the Twitch stream? I think it can be summarized pretty well with this analogy. I am abandoning my New York transporting cargo ship that's on fire that we know as WoT of Tanks, and getting into a little life raft in the middle of the ocean known as sim racing, known as Assetto Corsa Competizione, that maybe will carry me to better days, maybe not. We'll see how it works out. Let me know if you guys would like to see some sim racing content on the are massive. That is what I am. I will have to find that real. Thank you. Make sim channel and that's everywhere. What the whoosh is it? Oh, that was close. Jesus Christ, that came out of nowhere. Oh.
No, it's a dramatic tonal shift. I can tell you that much. It's just like tanks. Well, then again, it's all vehicles, I guess. No. But back to the World of Tanks problem. First of all, Gold Shell. That's what I wanted to see for like a year. Actually, for like 2 years now. They talked about it for 2 years ago. Where's the Gold Shell rebalance? Everybody at tier 10 spams Gold Shell, especially Chieftains and 279 earlies. 726, but whatever. Everybody fucking spam Gold Shell. If everybody spam Gold Shell in the Team Clash thingy-majig, because they're fucking... So, oh my god. So everybody spam gold. And EBRs. Obviously, fucking EBRs. Artillery... I think artillery's worse after the stun introduction. Beforehand, if you have proper cover, you don't get hit as much damage from the high explosion blast radius. You do have AP shells, but that's when you get caught out. But back then, you don't have EBRs spotting you across the map from the get-go, so you should have some cover against artillery AP shell. But holy fuck, the stun is so goddamn annoying, and that's why I play them. And that's why I have a bunch of fucking artilleries, because I'm a douche. Yeah, I'm a hate playing against it, love playing it. These things are fucking atrocious, but it's mostly the stun effect. I hate the stun effect. Actually, I hate the general effect of everything. But yeah, when you get burnt out on playing World of Tanks, which I had last year, I took a break for about 4 or 5 months, and I stopped making videos. I played all the Far Cry games. I played a lot of the shooters as well as adventure games. Summer sale, and I bought a bunch. I've been playing Metro, so feels bad, man. Feels bad to get steamrolled and crap, but there you go, folks. That's what SirFoch quits. So that's one of the OGs that you chalk up and bites the dust. But hopefully he works out with the racing thing. I mean, racing is still interesting. I mean, gotta play your Eurobeat sometimes, right? I love. You can play Eurobeat while playing cars and just annoy the shit out of people. But there you go, folks. My reaction to SirFoch quitting World of Tanks. Yep, us dinosaurs are dying out, pretty much. OGs are dying out. So, take a break. I don't play World of Tanks ceremoniously. I don't play it religiously. So, I dabbled it on and off. If I don't have premium time, if I don't have a decent, you know, personal missions or some shit I'm working on, I don't give a crap. So usually I just play like 1 or 2 games with artillery to finish the daily missions, and I quit. So most of my tanks I hardly touch. Like, I haven't touched the T30 in like 3+ years. I haven't touched the Doom Turtles in like 3+ years. I haven't touched... Holy crap. There's a lot of vehicles. That sound is sexual. Yeah, I did not play any of the vehicles for a long ass time. Like the T25 Pilot, #1. 4+ years or something. It's just like, bleh, gross. Collector's tank. But take a break. Always take a break. Don't play this game religiously. You get pissed off. Especially when you're doing like goals or something, like personal missions. I got so much pissed about my... I just finished the 279's final mission for Alliance. It really got me pissed off because so many goddamn fucking idiots everywhere. Holy shit. But then again, it's the holiday season, so... Well, there you go, folks. It is what it is. It is World of Tanks. So, bring us the Gold shell balance. We're waiting on that, man. It's been a fucking long ass while. Jesus. And give us coaxial machine guns to shoot shoot light tanks and artilleries. But give us coax. Like any of the heavy tanks, any of the medium tanks have coax, would dramatically improve their survivability against EBRs. And EBRs cannot just run around like a fucking headless chicken, and everybody just miss. So coaxial machine guns, I think the 5.56. No, that's the 50 cal. Is that 30 cal or 50 cal for the? That's the 12.7 for the 50 cal. That's a 30 cal or Or I don't think it's a 5.56. I think it might be a 7.62. Who knows? But yeah, give us coaxial machine guns against stupid EBRs and shit. Like for example, if all the machine guns on the patent work, that would be fucking amazing. The M60 as well as the double Maduses. Oh, that would be sweet. But nah. So there you go, folks. Fucking EBRs. That's the final word. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.